Hey, it's Kennedy. It's your girl Kennedy, a whole single. And I'm just stopping by with a little love for you this morning. And I just wanted to first say thank you to all of my subscribers, all of those that like the channel, follow the channel, and support the channel. I love you by the gallons. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that button and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell so you can be abreast of when the next episode is coming out. And I just want to say again, I love you guys. I really love you guys. I love the messages. I love New Jersey. I love New York. I love you all down in South America. I love you right here in Birmingham. And so today I want to just touch a little bit about what attracts you. What attracts you to a person? What attracts you to a suitable mate? Now, those are two things. What attracts me to you most of the time is our eye gate. We look at something that's appealing to us. We all have a image in our mind of that person that is physically, those physical attributes of a person that we would want to be with. Some men may like a woman with a little waist and big hips and a high booty, what you consider played on. Some men may want big breasts, little breasts. Some women want them tall, short, dark, and brown. And so we do have a physical build up in our mind or build makeup of what we're attracted to. Skin tone. I like berry white brown. And like I said, my daughter's dad 6'9". So I like a berry white brown tall guy. Okay. So that may be what my eyes will follow to and see the tallest man in the room. And if he's a brown skinned brother, I may look at twice. But guess what? Just because you're aesthetically pleasing doesn't mean that's right for me. So sometimes we have to stop there, and I can look at him and say, "That's a good looking guy. He is a really nice looking guy." That doesn't mean I'm attracted to him. It doesn't mean that I would just necessarily be gravitated to this person because he fits my physical build of what I like or what my physical body type is. Athletic, tall, six pack, delts, glutes, maximus. But yeah, we can't stop there because a lot of times we'll let our eye gate get us in trouble and we'll pursue something because it looks good. But how many times your mama ever told you everything that look good ain't good for you? And so then we have to go on to another level. So once you see that aesthetically pleasing, then you need that with that eye gate. Now you need to open your ear gate and your spiritual gate. And you need to pray, ask God for wisdom and discernment on the person. And then have a conversation. How many times, and I hear I've heard my brothers talk about this. They see a woman, he like, man, I saw this chick. I don't like that word, but that's what they say. I saw this chick, man. She was bad. She was bad. She was banging, bro. I mean, hair flowing, lashes her own. You know, he said, but when I said something to her, he said, but when she opened her mouth, all I could say was, you have a really good day. And that tickles me. I'm really trying hard not to really give you a big belly laugh because it works both ways. It works both ways. And that's how we should be a little better with is that once we see something that's pleasing to the eye gate, now you need to open up another gate. Not that gate, but another gate. We need to open up another gate, which is our gate of discernment. You need to open up your lips. How you doing? Get a response. Let's see where their mind is and talk. Because for me, like I said, I can look at a brother and say, this is a nice looking brother. But I'm not attracted to him until I talk to him. It's the things that's going to come out of his mouth that's going to attract me to him. It's the things that I feel in his spirit that's going to attract me to him. I speak to or a brother approaches me and I'm like, oh, he's coming. Is he looking? He's looking at me. Oh yeah, he looking, he watching. Yeah, he coming, he's gonna say something. And he come to me and he, hey baby, how you doing? You sure looking fine. Right there, he just blew it. He just all that beauty, all that body by Jake just went out the window with me because that approach was not was not spiritual pleasing. It was not respectful pleasing to me. I wouldn't I just wouldn't I don't respond to someone that approaches me and speaks about what I look like. It's it's a lot of people look good. It's a lot that but that's where you had to have restraint and caution and look, and then go further, deeper dive into the person and see where they're at. Because, like I said, physical attraction, everything look good ain't good for you. So let's try to figure out some other things that attract us to a person and get off the physical and find out what stimulates you mentally, what stimulates you spiritually in your conversation with the person. You see, ask questions that may, that stimulate conversation, or you know how when you're in business or you're fact finding, they say ask open-ended questions so that you can get a broader response and you can dissect information from that. That's what we have to do in dating. And when so don't stop at the physical attraction. You need to deeper dive into yourself. What attracts me mentally? What attracts me spiritually to a person? To having a friendship with a person, to having a dialogue with a person. So because sometimes you may get to the first couple of sentences and find out there's no further reason to go into dialogue with this person. You might start out as just a monologue the whole time. And so then that's really, there's no communication. It's two ways. So what is your attraction? What are you allowing? See, when you talk about attraction is something that draws you to. See, sometimes they say opposites attract. Could be. I've seen people that say they like white, and this will say they like black, but they yin and yang and all of this. But there was something. See, there was something deeper on another level that attracted them to each other. It could have been the same spiritual mind. It could have been that they're aligned. I don't like that he does this, but he is a servant of God. This man gets up every Saturday morning and he's somewhere serving, at least for the first 2 or 3 hours of the day. And then he comes and cuts the yard. And then we go do what we're going to do. You understand? It could have been those things, those more permanent things, not the temporal, because beauty fades fast. And as things get to sagging and dropping and drooping, where are you going to be with the attraction then? What? Let's dive deep. See, I'm about wholeness. I'm about knowing me. I'm about nurturing me first. And we start at home and then we go abroad. And if I love me and my house and my temple and my spirit is fixed, then guess what? I'm going to be attracted to someone whose spirit is also fixed. We're getting off the physical. Where and I'm not gonna lie, I am still attracted physically to a taller man. I like to look up, but just because I can look up to you physically does not mean I may be able to look up to you spiritually. Does not mean I may be able to look up to you intellectually. Not until I open my mouth. Not until you open your mouth. And not until I open my ear gate. I've closed the eye gate because I seen what I seen. I can't unsee it. But now I need to close that. And I need to open another gate and see what's going to come in that gate. Let's see. Let's go a little further than the superficial he fine or she banging. And let's get into what attracts me. I can see it. I can see it. But can I feel it? Is it something there more than just a beautiful body? Is there something? Because guess what? Even if, because you like long hair, she can get some. She can get some for the day and she can wear it tomorrow. But after a while, she's going to have to take that wig off. He can talk smooth and bring you flowers and look good and take you places. But is he gonna get on his knees and pray with you and pray for you? That's the attraction. That's the attraction in the conversation. When the man, yeah, when I'm with someone or when I'm pursuing someone, I'm praying about the relationship. I'm praying about the friendship. I'm praying that, God show me where to put this person in my life. Is this going to go further into a relationship where we're, intimate and that means close? Or are we just going to be friends where, hey, if she need a tire change, she's single, I'm single, I'm going to go help her. Even if I'm married, I can have enough trust with my wife to say, hey, this is a good friend of mine. We never crossed that line, good friend, and she needs help. I got people like that in my life. That, hey, they married and we may have met each other with the thought of getting into a relationship and find out we were better friends and stay friends and respect, and I'm respectful of their wife respects me, but because she knows there's never going to be a crossing that boundary. So there's people that you meet that you have to shift in different positions in your life. You got a quarterback, a running back, halfback, so you got different positions that you place them in your life. And so you keep the friendship, but that may not have prospered into a relationship. But that ear gate is what helped you to put that with your prayer discernment, that put them just like a coach. He watches his players. He watched them in practice. He watched them in their starting line. He watched them from the beginning. And he's like, no, you may want to be a quarterback, but you are better at tackling than catching. So we're going to put you over here. You understand? So this is where we're going with that. And anyway, I am so driven by being a whole me so that I'm a whole for you, that I really want to take an introspective look at attraction and what attracts me to a person and how I'll allow my attraction to lead me. See, the law of attraction is just that. Even scientifically, things will attract, or certain magnets, they're going to detract. But what are you allowing to attract you to a person or a friendship? Let's be mindful. Also, I want to touch on this. Someone said to me, be the person that you want to attract. Be the person that you want. And that to me means, if you happy people want to be with happy people. People that share joy want to be with other people that share joy. People that praise God want to be with other people that praise in God. So let some of those things lead you in your attraction other than the physical. I had to figure out that everybody, just because I looked up to him physically, don't mean that I can look to you in other ways. And if I'm looking into, I'm finna put on my psychology hat. Maybe I'm looking to a stature because that's what I want in a person, in a man, in my person. I want a man that I can look up to. And I had to figure out that that may not necessarily mean that he's going to be tall. He could be 5'9", 5'10", and his actions and his mannerisms and his spirit and the way he treats people when he doesn't think anybody's watching. Those things will nurture my attraction. Those things are more spiritually attractive to me. And that's what I'm allowing to lead me, is the Holy Spirit. So that attraction I'm following. But now this attraction over here that sees 6'9", doofy goofy, and really just don't have any set systems of belief. No. I always talk about my pastor, and I say I'm going to bring him up in every podcast, because if it were not for Rebirth Christian Fellowship, if it were not for my pastors, Doug and Shay Taylor, I would not have come out of some things. I would not have realized how much I was holding on to things. I would have allowed that baggage to hinder me from doing this podcast. I would have allowed that baggage to hinder me from doing a lot of things that I'm doing in my life right now. So I always give them homage and thank God for them. But my pastor is a systems person. I love how God is, and God gave me a person that resembles my big brother in a lot of ways. The only but skin tone, my brother's taller. But this is the thing: they both work in IT. They both are systems persons. I was raised by my brothers. I was raised by systems people because Joseph was a system person before he ever went into IT. That's why he could flow into it easily because it made sense. And the man never went to a college. He read a book and has every certification you can have. Understand insecurities. This man has clearance to go into Pentagon. He has done work for the Pentagon. Anyway, save all that for another time. But my pastor is that person too. God made me a little sister, so I'm used to listening to my big brothers. I'm used to following direction from my big brothers. So he gave me a pastor that in my spirit, in my other mind, resembles my big brother. So I place him there even though he may be spiritual father in my way I live and learn and breathe. He has been placed as a big brother, like Jesus is our big brother. But my pastor is that, but he's a systems person. So they talk about one time he in it connected because one time he was talking about how you can set something up and it'll work and then it triggers something else to work and then it triggers. And I remember when I was going through cancer treatment, I went to California for a good week because I was like, I got to see my brother because my body was feeling a little funny and my mind was getting back and forth. And I said, but I'm going to go see my brother because I don't know how God's going to end this. But he did tell me I was going to survive. I wouldn't die. But I want to see my brother. Right now, while I got time, I'm at work. Let me go see my brother. And when I went to California, we left California and went to Vegas for a few days. And on our drive to Vegas, he was working, driving to Vegas. It's about 3.5 hours, 4 hours. And what he did, he set up some system to run. And he set up something that triggers something else, that when that system finishes, it clicks something to make something else, so that it would give us enough time to make it to Vegas, get checked into our hotel, and then he could get his laptop back out and kick to the next thing. Systems. Put systems in place in your life. Systems that trigger the next response. If I set up systems within me, that first system, eye gate, because it's just natural. I see a thing, triggers another system that opens the ear gate to where I have to hear a thing. Once the right thing is heard, then it triggers another gate, which opens the spiritual gate to see if that triggers. See, those are systems that I have placed in my life. Thank God for my big brothers that, lead me, guide me, mentor me. And, sometimes a mentor can be someone that you're watching. You can mentor someone and never even speak directly to them. They're being mentored by your character in your actions. Yeah. How they see you move and the things they see you do. They're following that, just like children. Like children hear you curse, they gonna cuss. And don't slap little Billy because he said the F-bomb. Because last night when you hit your toe on that chair, you said the F-bomb. He just repeated what you said. Anyway, I didn't mean for this to be this long, but I really want to get into this attraction because sometimes we're letting this attraction lead us into a place where we get into situations that are not wholesome or healthy for us. We were guided by the eye gate and didn't let these systems, gates open, trigger like a dam. Dam opens, water goes.